The state of Hawaii is a lush tropical paradise and home to some of the best resorts around the world. And this particular resort is located on an island that doesn't see a whole lot of visitors, and yet it's equally as beautiful as any other Hawaiian island. I'm talking about the island of Molokai. Now this is the ideal location. It's situated right on the beach with its beautiful and pristine waters, and yet there's no one here. When you see this place for yourself, you can't help but ask, why isn't anyone coming here? I mean, this place has a beachside pool for Pete's sake. Who wouldn't want to enjoy a beachside pool? Well, my friends, I don't have the answer to that question. But here's what I do know. This place has secrets, starting with this beautiful resort. When you look a little bit closer, you'll discover that things are not quite as they seem. Although this is a beautiful resort, the majority of it is unoccupied and in a dilapidated state. In this video, I try to get to the bottom of it as I explore the Molokai Ranch. Molokai Ranch. Depending on what side of the resort you're on, will determine your perception of the place. For my exploration, I thought there was no better place to start than just outside my condo. Just a few meters outside my condo, the landscape transformed from a lush paradise to an arid landscape. A few minutes into my walk, I came across a neighboring condo. There were quite a few condos in this area, and they all seemed to be boarded up and have the words "Keep Out" stenciled onto them. I continued walking. The landscape throughout the island seemed to be inhospitable. Everywhere I went, there were needle-like thorns that had no problem piercing through the soles of my shoes. Not long into my walk, I came across an interesting looking building. I quickly moved in to investigate. I bet there were plenty of good times that happened here back in the day. Now, not so much. By the way, it was here that I encountered my first security guard. He didn't seem too keen on me videoing, but he was cool. He just asked me not to go in, so I quickly moved on to the next building. It seemed no matter where I went, there were more of the same. Building after building, they were boarded up, the stairs were broken, and a sign said "Keep Out." I looked for some sort of opening in hopes I could get in, but eventually I gave up after another security guard asked me what I was doing. I decided to move on to a different area. As I walked to a different area in the resort, I quickly realized that there must have been at least 10 abandoned buildings all in the same condition. As I got closer to the beach, the landscape transformed back into a tropical paradise, but there was still plenty of abandoned buildings in the area. I attempted to peek inside a few of these buildings. It appeared to be some sort of pavilion or dining hall. Regardless, it was locked up tight and I couldn't get in. Right next to the pavilion was that fabulous pool. Strangely enough, no one was swimming. There was no doubt in my mind that this was the best part of the resort. This area was immaculate, and yet the pool was closed. Anyway, I quickly moved on. I pretty much covered the entire area. Most of the abandoned buildings were locked down tight. Getting back to my original question that I posed earlier, why no one is coming here? The answer is complicated. Part of the problem is that locals aren't too keen on commercializing the area, and they aren't shy about letting you know it.